Doug in North Carolina. Hi, Doug. What's on your mind today?
Dan, I'm shocked that I got through. I was actually up at 3 o'clock in the morning thinking about this phone call. So just to give you a little guilt trip, but this is a serious call. It has nothing to do with sports. And the only reason I got through, because I said this to Marvin, and he said, Doug, I'm going to put you through because my wife agrees with you. I think you guys are wrong, but I'm going to put you through. So on behalf of Mrs. Marvin, I would like to tell America, this has to be said at this time of the year, food should not touch. And it certainly shouldn't touch on your plate. So when you're having, or on your fork, you don't need a whole thing of mashed potatoes, turkeys, and peas all rolled into one. Were you not hugged enough as a child? So I'm just pleading with people. Tomorrow when you have your Thanksgiving dinner, separate your food.
All right.
Enjoy each item separately. You don't need it all together.
Thank you.
Marvin's wife agrees with me, and it needs to be said.
All right. Thank you, Doug. Yes, Todd.
That sounds good in theory, but when you got all that food in front of you and you're going and they're passing the plates or you're helping yourself, next thing you know, I would do this at, unfortunately for my waistline, like at buffet breakfast, like on a cruise or something. You're just dumping everything and packing as much as you can. And if one thing spills into another, that's, so be it.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't agree with that call. I'm probably more of a little bit of everything in each bite kind of guy. Like you have a little mashed potatoes, a little stuffing, a little bit of turkey, a little bit of cranberry. Like, dang, that's like a perfect bite.
I'm enough OCD. I don't need to add another OCD. Like, can't touch. No. As my mom would always say when she would just slop it on her plate. Oh, it all goes same place. I go, okay. Oh, it all goes same place. All right, Mom. Yeah, Paul.
But if you're an adult who had that issue, you'd have to have one of those kids' plates where it's like the main section, the 3 little sections. Yeah. Can you imagine at the dinner bringing out your own sectioned out plate tray?
A little TV dinner tray?
Oh, look, there's a little dessert in the middle, too.
That's
Nice.
nice.
That's fun.
Yeah. Damn, those came in handy. When my wife, would go someplace and I had the kids, those TV dinners were a godsend where you just fire them up, give it to them, let them watch the TV. I was good to go. Go take a nap. Yeah, Paul.
The great thing about those TV dinners is they heated through perfectly. The outsides were never scalding hot, while the insides were icy cold. That never happened, ever.
Yeah, like there'd be that little pad of frozen gravy on top of your mashed potatoes, and everything around it got heated, but then underneath was still frozen.
Yeah.
Like, gross.
And you always had spillover. Your dessert went into the peas or vice versa. You're like, oh. Yes, Todd.
It would always be like those Swanson Hungry Men did. It's like fried chicken, macaroni and cheese. There was nothing healthy, and you're giving this to your kids and everything. Maybe sprinkling in a couple of peas and carrots doesn't all of a sudden make it some healthy dinner.
Thank you.
Did I make that sound again?
Yeah, a little bit.
Jeez.
You run out of air. It's like the balloon is running
it's a
out
medical problem? Now you got me worried going into the holiday.
The peas and carrots.
No, you have to take a breath because you'll try to do one take and then you'll go and then the carrots and then
No, but is there a salivary specialist or is it an orthodontist?
No, you just take a breath.
You just got to take a breath.
You just
I talk too fast.
Yeah, you just take a breath but you want to do it in one breath. And
I should still ask my general practitioner. I do have an appointment next month.
No, but you run out of air. You don't run out of words. You run out of.
And then it makes weird sounds that nobody needs to hear on Thanksgiving Eve of all time.
Yes, McLovin.
I don't want to put this in your brain, but I have a daughter who, if any food touches, thrown out immediately. She can't, and it's an OCD thing. Carrot touches a pasta, I get it out of her face. So there's something going on there.
Oh, I know. I've been around kids that they couldn't eat a sandwich. You had to cut up the sandwich. You had to take off the crust. I mean, no, I know it's real, but I have enough OCD that I can't even think about that. Or I would be like, no, separate. Yes.
See, what Andrew just said, though, is perfectly acceptable to me. If now it's contaminated. So, all right, got to get rid of it. The problem with the caller was he was like, if you're okay with your food touching and eating it, that you have some type of trauma that you've suffered as a child because you weren't hugged enough. That's a little bit
that is, yeah.
I don't know how that works into my childhood trauma, but I can't say that he's wrong.
And it might be that what happened to Doug in North Carolina. Maybe he wasn't hugged enough. Maybe.
Because to me, it sounds more crazy to be like, it has to stay apart. Yeah. That's the crazy part.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just mumbled, "What a lunatic that guy is." I don't mean to be rude, but so the peas are in the mashed potatoes and the cranberry fell in the turkey. What? That's a big deal.
Like, does this dude? He's never had shepherd's pie. Is that not an acceptable food?
I don't know. All I know is if you grew up in my household, there was no room for any of that nonsense. It was like, no, don't let it. My brothers would be like, I'll take it. Like, that'd be it. It's like, and my mom would side with my brothers. They're like, hey, if you're not going to eat it, they're going to. Like, it was real. By the way, 5 years ago this week, my mom passed away. And, you think of the holidays, and she was so great. Great woman. But 5 years since she passed away.
Did she run the show at Thanksgiving? Like when you back at the house?
No.
When you guys would all go back there, though, would she like let y'all have it?
No, we didn't want my mom to cook. We wanted my oldest brother would cook, and we'd just hang out in the garage, drink beers, and he would make the turkey out there. But my mom wanted to be treated like a queen. She was like, I'm going to sit down, and if you want to bring me something, then it would be nice. But no, she was not going to get her hands dirty. She did for so long with kids. I mean, good God. Last thing you want to do after doing that is, let me cook a meal. She's like, I never want to cook a meal again if I don't have to.